Ang mic ko ng this is the evidence. Ito na. This is the luggage of evidence of the impeachment of President Marcos Jr. Okay, join us. Our counsel is Attorney Ferdinand Topacio. Is bringing our complaint. Is airing our complaint.
Kuya, kami mo, kuya. Boss, magsisin na muna tayo. May mga camera dito sa likod.
Attorney Congressman G. Paras. Can you invite yung mga STP sama natin sa PANA? Join us here. Congressman G.
Secretary para si Sir.
Wala ko si Sylvester. So, awak namin yung mismong impeachment complaint and the evidence that we have on this complaint.
Isang maleta lang.
Maliit.
Walang lamang basura yan, malita ha.
Baliktad. Uy. Mahirap yan.
Thank you.
Video, magsalita kayo. Video.
Okay, let's start with a formal press conference. So, we'd like to ask everyone if you can please sit down. So, simula tayo.
Mabay na yung nakalagay na malita sa harap, yun yung ebidensya mga bayan. No?
Una sa lahat, nagpapasalamat po kami sa lahat ng mga kaibigan sa media sa pagdalo sa press conference ngayong hapon. Katulad ng aming nabanggit, nandito po kami para ipaliwanag yung kaso na isinasampa namin, the impeachment complaint against President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. Ito po, katay sa pinakita ni Atty. Manny Luna, andyan yung mga annexes evidence na hawak po namin. And this is the main impeachment complaint na hindi po tinanggap kahapon ng Office of the Secretary General. Yan po, tahasan namin sinasabi, mali, iligal at labag sa ating saligang batas. Malinaw na po ang sinabi ng Korte Suprema tungkol dito, marami ng desisyon. Ministerial ang pagtanggap ng Secretary General at ito po ay dadalhin sa Speaker's Office. Speaker's Office ibibigay sa plenaryo na kung saan ito po ay ilalagay o pag-uusapan sa Committee on Justice. So with that, nandito po yung ating mga abogado to discuss in particular. Siguro yung hindi natin masasabing exhaustively dahil dala naman po ito sa mismong hearing. Pero i-discuss yung grounds for impeachment na i-file po natin. Alam nyo, maraming nagtatanong, sinasabi nila, ano ang endgame? Ano ang nais ninyo? Bakit kayo nag-file sa Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Sila po siguro kumisan parang surprise lang that we filed. But actually, kami ang nagugulat. Kami ang nasusurprise dahil hindi ba responsibilidad ng bawat Pilipino na malaman yung kurakot na nangyari, yung korupsyon na ginawa, yung mga paglabag na sa ligang batas ng opisina ng Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Ito ay responsibilidad ng bawat Pilipino, bawat isa sa amin. At ito rin po ang aming pananaw. Ang impeachment complaint, ang tanging proseso ng bawat isang Pilipino. Wala nang iba. Each of us, individually and collectively, the only chance to file a case against the President is through an impeachment process. Hindi ka pwede mag-file sa ombudsman, hindi ka pwede mag-file sa Presidente ng isang kaso kung hindi sa impeachment process lamang. So with that, I'd like to present the lawyers who will be discussing the grounds for impeachment. I will first give the mic to Attorney G. Paras.
I just want to add, no? Alam mo kasi, the responsibility of the President is overwhelming. Maraming nagsasabi, the sector or even the people around him are saying, si Presidente ang nagpapaimbestiga. But kami, sa grupo namin, we don't believe na siya nagpapaimbestiga. Ang belief namin ay siya ang mastermind. Siya ang numero uno na kurakot sa bansa natin. But how do we make him accountable? He is immune from suit. We cannot file a case against him in the Ombudsman. The ICI is under sa kanya. Hindi pwede mag-imbestiga sa kanya. Sa Senate, there is a separation of power. So, ang tangi lamang na binibigay ng ating saligang batas na mananagot ang Pangulo is through an impeachment. Kaya po, pinag-isipan namin na ito na matagal. We have come to the ultimate decision na dapat mananagot si Marcos dahil siya ay maraming ginagawang kabulas-bulan sa ating bansa. And this is through the impeachment. Pero nangihinakit kami dahil mukhang hindi kami pinagbigyan ng karapatan na magiging impeacher, which is enshrined in our Constitution. So, that is why we are here today. Maraming po salamat.
Okay, so for the first part of the complaint of the impeachment article, I'd like to turn the mic to Attorney Manny Luna. Just a background, Attorney Manny Luna was one of those also who filed against Chairman Andy Bautista during that impeachment process along with Jing Paras and Attorney Topacio. Attorney Manny?
Just a legal correction. I was the counsel of the two patriotic Filipinos, former Congressman Jing Paras and Attorney Ferdy Topacio in the successful impeachment of former Comelec Chairman Andres Bautista. Napa-impeach namin siya. That was very historic. Now, we proceed to the impeachment complaint. First and foremost, gusto natin sabihin na ang aming complaint is a people's complaint for impeachment against President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. Ito po ay complaint ng Pilipino na naging kahos. Pilipino na dinaya at pinagkait ng magandang kinabukasan. Pilipino na ninakawan ng pera. So the first ground namin is itong fiscal irresponsibility of the President. I would like to state the first ground. The respondent, Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., culpably violated Article 7, Section 22 of the Constitution in recommending and program appropriations and not vetoing increase and program appropriations in the General Appropriations Act of 2023. Anong ibig sabihin nito? Alam nyo, yung program appropriations cast a big shadow on the budget since 2023, kasama yung 2024 and 2025. Dahil ito ay walang clear financing sources, sa palagay namin, unconstitutional ito. In fact, there's a pending petition in the Supreme Court that calls for the declaration of unconstitutionality ng program appropriations. Ang problema dito, noong 2023, 588 billion pesos of taxpayers' money ang hindi binito ng ating Pangulong Marcos Jr. At ito ay isa sa mga pondo na naging source ng kickbacks. In a recent exchanges sa Senate, kinumpirma no less than Senator Sherwin Gatchalian through his interpellation of Senator Chis Escudero, former SP ng Senate, na mula 2023 hanggang 2024 up to 2025, yan ang pinakamalaking anomalya sa flood control na nangyari. Can you imagine 588 billion hindi man lang binito ng ating Pangulo? This is unconstitutional. Bakit? Ang program appropriations ay walang source of financing. Sa Constitution, required po under Article 7, Section 22 na ma-identify yung sources of financing. Kaya itong ang program, mula sa simula, nagiging grab-prone ito, naabuso eh. In fact, PCIJ has termed it as a source of misuse of funds. Even Rappler and other media organizations and business experts. Kaya ito ang unang ground namin against the President. He culpably violated the Constitution, Article 7, Section 22, for failing to veto the program appropriations and for recommending program appropriations in the 2023 National Expenditure Program. Thank you po.
Thank you so much, Attorney Manny. In addition to what Attorney Manny mentioned,